So today Trump announced that he was putting a pause on reciprocal tariffs. Guys, this news sent the markets flying with the S&P 500 up over 10% in one single trading session. I mean, I've never seen anything like this before. Also, the Nasdaq QQQs ended the day up 12%, giving big name tech stocks a much needed boost. Guys, today was a perfect example for why they say time in the market is better than timing the markets. Now, before I get to the charts, let's have a listen to this breaking news clip.
Megan Casella is in our DC bureau. Megan, maybe you can enlighten us with more.
Kelly, we are just sifting through everything that we're seeing in this Truth Social post, but two major developments. I'm going to go first that the president says he is authorizing a 90-day pause and substantially lowering the reciprocal tariff during this period of 10% effective immediately. There's some fuzzy language here. The upshot is that there's a 90-day pause in the reciprocal tariff. What I'm not clear on is whether we go to zero during that time or to back where we were, or if the 10% tariff remains in place. Either way, a major step forward. The president says that this is because more than 75 countries have called representatives of the United States. Negotiations are ongoing, and so he's instituting this 90-day pause in the meantime. On the other hand, some negative news on China, saying that based on the lack of respect that China has shown to the world's markets, he's raising the tariff on China to 125%. That's, of course, up from the 104% that took effect just at midnight, now going even higher to 125% because he does not like the way China has been retaliating rather than coming to the United States and wanting to negotiate. So two major step forwards here. One, obviously, very good for the markets. You're seeing the markets react to that. The other one on China, looking like, they don't like the lack of respect that they see. So we are looking at a world in which things continue to get worse with China, one of our largest trading partners, but of course not the largest, but getting much better with everybody else, at least temporarily, while these negotiations, Kelly, are on.
So at the end of the video, she made a comment saying that this might all just be temporary. I hope you guys all heard that. Now, should the market crash again, you guys should know exactly what to do. With that said, let's go over a few charts starting with the VIX. Now, in my most recent videos covering the VIX, I said that if the VIX stays above 46, then you guys should look for the markets to keep pulling back. And if it falls below 46, the markets will get a much needed bounce towards the upside. Let's now have a look at the current support and resistance. So currently the VIX have support at 2950. Below 2950 there is more support at 2571. So above current support there is resistance at 37.16 and at $46. Let's now take a look at Apple. So today Apple was up over 15%, bouncing perfectly off my support zone at 171. Now going into tomorrow, I want you guys to watch these levels. Currently Apple has support at 196. If it falls below 196, I want you guys to look for it to come down to 188. Now above 196, Apple has resistance at 205 and at 217. Now let's have a look at Amazon, ticker symbol AMZN. So back on Monday, Amazon had a nice bounce off my support zone at 165. And currently Amazon is being rejected at my 192 resistance level. With that said, current support for Amazon is at 184. If it falls below 184, then look for it to come down to 171. And above current support, Amazon has resistance at 192 and at $200 per share. Now let's have a look at AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. So currently the stock is running into resistance at my $97 resistance zone. If AMD breaks above $97, look for it to have a run towards 104. And if it breaks above 104, you have resistance at 112. Should AMD fail to get above $97, I want you guys to look for the stock to come down to $87. And if it breaks through that level, then look for it to come all the way down to $70 per share. Overall, AMD is a quality company that's currently on discount. And in the future, I'll be looking for the stock to get back to $153 and then to $200 per share. Let's now have a look at SMCI, Supermicro Computer. So currently SMCI is being rejected at this $36 level. If it can't get above it, then look for it to come down to $33 and then to $30 per share. Now, if SMCI can stay above $36, there is resistance at 41 and at $44 per share. Now, in my opinion, once the market turmoil is over, I'll be looking for SMCI to get back to $72 per share. Alright guys, we're at the end of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. With that said, thanks for watching and see you guys in the next one.